Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I've been playing with this gorgeous set, Seaside Notions. Now, I wanted several of these images, and I wanted them to be fussy cut or die cut, but it doesn't come with dies. So, fingers crossed, I'm going to do a little experiment with you now. I'm going to go from the camera up above in a moment, when we've done the bit, over to my camera on my phone so I can show you the scan and cut. But there are a few little things you've got to do first. You've got to fill all the gaps in, and then I've already got a load here fussy cut out, so you know it works. You know, you've got to join the bits, because Stampin' Up are famous for leaving little bits out. So, but I've got a load already. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to stamp one each of the images again, fill in the gaps, and then we'll take you over to the scan and cut, and I'll show you how to get that 1mm border all the way round as well. And it'll be a bit loud, but it won't take long, I promise. I did a half of a sheet of an A4 piece of cardstock, and it only took 3 minutes, so fingers crossed I might be able to turn the sound down on that. But you know, you've got to learn these things as well. So I'll show you my card. Here it is, thinking of you. And with this silver dollar, I punched 2 holes through with my pokey tool and tied the linen thread through. This one's got a little gem on it. It's one of their yellow ones. I put a pink one next to the shell, and I put a blue one next to this one. And obviously I didn't have a sandy colour, so the yellow one did it. And then I popped inside another one of the cutouts with a row of dots, and I hand wrote always with my white gel pen. The shells have all got little white parts on them as well, and down the body and down here, just to highlight any sunlight that would be coming through. I used craft card because I thought it's sandy and I just love it. And this is that pretty peacock, only because it was in my scraps bin. If I use a piece of cardstock, I cut it in half and then leave half in there, either to make a card or 2 more fronts. So I thought I needed something blue, but I didn't want balmy blue again or soft seaside spray. So I thought I'd go a little bit more for the border. So that's the colours I chose. Isn't that cute? I think my handwriting looks okay. So yeah, so I'm going to show you how I did it. You're going to need, I've got my craft card already, I've got my pretty peacock, and I've got my Whisper White. But I'm going to show you now on, where's the other piece of Whisper White I had? Let me just grab another piece. Because when you go over to the brother, it'll scan it and it'll just cut that area out. So I'm going to be using my black ink. I need one of these for definite. So if you watch, I've got loads of the others, but what I'll do is I'll just... You've got loads of little gaps, see there? I'll show you as we're going round anyway. So there's that one. I would like another one of these. Obviously you've got to give yourself a little bit of space as well. I'll clean them later. Oh, what else had gaps on it? I've only got, I need another silver dollar. So let's have a silver dollar. And I'm going to do the seahorse as well. You don't have to do them all. This will probably take about 1.5 minutes. Lovely, but you've got gaps, so you've got to fill those gaps in. Let's see if I can fit. Will that fit? Yeah, that'll fit in there. I mean, I punched 3 of those out, but it only gave me like 1 full one and a half of one, so I took the other halves behind there. But you know, it's trial and error, and we all get to work these things out, and I just do one of everything. Perfect. But you've got gaps, so let me zoom in now and show you the gaps. Right, and you need your journaling pen. So he's got a gap on the back of his neck there. So I just join them around here by his fin, on his belly there, little bits down the back here. Just follow it round, and where you see a little gap, just fill it in. So on the shell there, there's a gap on the top, and I just filled little lines in. So where was the gap? See this line here going in around here, and it skips. Just join it on. And it's the same with the Beautiful You stamp set, as Ian was asking. So right, follow this line now. You're going to have to join, 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 join. There's quite a lot to join on the weed one, and you've got no bottom, so I just put a jaggedy edge on the bottom and thickened that line a little bit. So join. Anywhere else? Join. And any finish lines, just thicken them a little bit. If it sees a gap, see, it wants to cut into it. So I can't see any more there. Just going to thicken that line. It's all joined. This is all joined. Oh, so that's what you've got to do if you want your brother's Scan and Cut to cut it out. So I've got my brother's Scan and Cut, and I'm just popping it in the top corner. I'm going to give it a good rub because it can lift depending on the size of your paper. I mean, it can cut anything up to a 12 by 12, as you can see, but it will scan the area and it will just go back to that image and cut those bits out. So I'm going to press stop now on the camera video, and we're going to go over to the brother Scan and Cut. So, and I'll be back then, and I'll join everything together. So hopefully it'll go from camera to the phone camera, and then back to the camera, and then it will all meld in because I've got a joiner, which is a program that joins videos together. So fingers crossed we'll do it. So I'll see you in a second. Just widen back out. Oh, you didn't see me do that then, do you? Me and my zoom. So I've just tightened it and rubbed it down, so I know it's not going to come off. I'll be back in a flash. Are we recording? I think we are, yeah. If the timer's going. So I've got to do this one-handed as well. So I'll push. Let me just load this. You've got to press. Right, now you're going to press the direct cut. The machine. It's just scanning the area to see if there's any more images up the top. Let me see if I can turn this to wide lens. There we go. Right, now over to there. Oh, look at me. Just click OK. Takes a few seconds to recognise. Doesn't take long. It's just finding its head. There we go, nearly done. So you click OK, and then there's a button here. This one. Click the top one. So you want to make sure it's on 1 millimeter. That way it will give you a nice border all the way around, and then click OK. And then click OK again, and it will process again. Press cut. And then once this green light goes green, just press. and then it will just start to cut everything out. It says 1 minute, so it shouldn't take that long. There you go, job's done. Then you just press back. Okay, release mat. Okay. So I'm just going to put this back on here now, and I'll go back to the camera. So see you in a sec. Right, let's hope this it worked. I think it's cut into its head for some reason. I don't know why, but it didn't do it earlier. I'm just going to pick... Oh, it's not cut that properly again. But it did at the 3 I did on the other one. It cut one out perfectly. But I need one of those, so I'm going to have to stamp and fussy cut. But you've got to fill all the gaps in, and I probably just didn't. So, that's the only thing with intricate little things like that. But there's a fail gone wrong. But everything else, it's cut perfectly. But look at that 1mm border all the way around. It's brilliant. And for some reason, like I'm saying, I think it's chopped this one's head off. I don't know why, because yeah, it's cut into its face. Look, I'm gonna out of the other ones I did. It was perfect, so I don't know why that's happened. You've got to make sure you fill every little gap. But I'm okay with that because it's first time experiment anyway. I'll put my mat out the way. Thankfully, I've got a spare one here. But see, it cut all these out perfectly. Maybe it's because I had half a sheet of A4 instead of just that little corner piece. So I need 2 silver dollars, which I've now got. My seahorse, my other... The only thing I don't have, and I've got one for the inside of the card. The only thing I don't have, I might put one of those in as well, is that leaf. So what I might do, I'll actually cheat on the card and just stamp. Because look, it's cut these out beautifully. It even does the jaggedy lines around. You know, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I don't know what happened with that one there, but you know, these are perfect. And I will save those for another card. So I might just stamp that image of those on the actual card itself and not have it on a dimensional. It's just to save the viewing. I love the little spoons that come with it. You get a pen as well on the top. Love this. I don't use it as often as I would like, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be without it now. So they are a brilliant investment. So for that then, I'm going to fetch this in. We're going to do our rows of dots. We'll do the colouring for those in a moment. We're just going to get this card, and I'm going to stamp, stamp and stamp, so I'm not wasting any ink. In fact, you can do this a couple of times. I just want it faint in the background, so I might have to So that's the bottom bit done. So what I'm going to do now, like I say, I'm going to just do that image on the actual card, because it did cut it out, because you can see there it did. And it did it perfectly, but I don't know why it didn't cut this time out. It's just trial and error. You've just got to make sure you fill all those gaps in. I'm sorry about the noise, it's horrendous. So I've got this, and I'm going to stamp this one. I've got to do it in the black, because otherwise my blends might smear. So I wish that would have cut that out, because I don't know why it didn't. So this is going just here. I'm going to have this right back here. So that's the only image that's going to be on there that's not been cut out by the scan and cut. So I'm just clearing these off, because I don't need to use those anymore. But it's a lovely machine. I love the scan and cut. And while the ink is out, not the black though, that can go away, I can do the inside of my card quickly. And because it is craft card, there's always a dark side to craft card, I think, and then inside there's a lot less dark. And you open it up, it seems a lot lighter. So again, I'm just going to be doing my dots, full strength, all along the card. Perfect. And I'm going to keep that open now for my sentiment as well. I'm just going to burnish that shut again, just for now. Now for my sentiment, which is that I'm thinking of you. I think I need to change my nice and juicy. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Do you know what? I've just realised I haven't used any Wink of Stella yet. Oh, we'll have to rectify that, ladies. I like a bit of sparkle on my card, you know me. So, make sure it clicks into place. I've started to stamp the back of my cards with my stamp as well now, because otherwise I have to take them out all of the packets and then do it at a later date. So, let's get this stamped. Because these are going off to charity, not always, but, you know, sometimes I do give them to charity. And sometimes I send them out to you gorgeous ladies to say thank you. So I'm just going to stick that on there just to be on the safe side. Because either way, if it's going to get sent to you ladies, then it's stamped all over. If it's going to get to a charity, then I don't have to watermark it, because it's already done. I keep forgetting, see, I'm terrible. Right. I know what I'm doing now. I've got my dimensionals ready and my linen thread ready. We're going to be doing some colouring. So, I'm using dark and light crumb cake, and I'm just going over the dark bits where those dotted lines are. Let me fetch you in again, and remember, Gaynor, to zoom back out, otherwise they'll miss half the card. So Stampin' Up are great at putting shadow dots and lines in for us. So that's all I'm doing. I'm going to leave that out a minute because we're going to use it on the silver dollars there as well. Sand dollars, silver dollars. What am I like? I'm going to have an experiment later. I'm just going to stamp a load of these, fill all the lines in, and see how many cuts from the scan and cut. Because they won't go to waste unless they don't cut, because then I will store them in the case for when I next do another card. So that's my shading. Beautiful. So let's pop that to one side now. We'll fetch these in. So my silver dollars, they're going to be in crumb cake, they're going to be in blue, and they're going to be in pink pirouette, and that's going to be in, oh, what's it called? Soft suede. So I'm just putting a dash by the side of each one of them, and down the sides of the silver dollar, sand dollar, and just going out round the outside. Cutest. I love this stamp set. It's gorgeous. So quirky but cute. She says, trying to keep it straight. Sun's blaring out again. It's lovely. And then just fill in. Don't worry if you get in there, because I'm going to use my white gel pen on that. I know, the nibs and knackered. Huh. So what I did as well, where's my, there it is, my pokey tool. Just on one of them, you poke a hole through, and make sure you can spread it out a bit. You won't see it because we're going to add our linen thread through there. Just make sure I'm doing it so you can see. So just widen them and make it look like a button. And then go in from the front and then come back from the back. Don't need that much. And then just tie a knot and tie a little bow then. And then just pull, just to get yourself decent loops. That is so cute. And that's the only bit of waste I've got there, just that little piece. Perhaps I could have pulled it down a bit, but that's what I did with the silver, the sand dollar. I got my linen thread on that way. So that's ready, they're done. These two cute little ones, I used the dark pink pirouette. I know it's retired, but I'm just doing 2 parts on each one. Because you get all sorts of different coloured shells, don't you? And then I'm going to use the pale end to finish off. And it is pale, trust me. How cute! So they're done, and then these I use, believe it or not, the dark Seaside spray for my shadowing. And I hope you can still see, I'm just going in the line. And then I use the light balmy blue. It just gives two tones of colour together. Beautiful. So I did the seahorse in what's that one? Dark and light. I know, right? But we're going to add white gel pen to that later. So dark is just where you're going to, it'll be dark under his chin. He's going to be dark all the way down his chest because his head is hanging over. And then I just went down this centre line with the dark as well. And just round on his tail. And a little bit on the back of his fin. And then just go over the rest in the pale. Just blend the two colours together. Beautiful. And with that, like I'm saying, I just added some white patches just down his body. You might not be able to see him on the camera, but I can, and I don't know why it's so dark in here. It's not actually dark, it's nice and bright, but I think that's what the contrast is. And I then got my journal pen, because he doesn't look like he's got an eye. I just gave him a little dot for his eye. So we've popped that one out the way. And then we've got the light and the dark soft suede. And again, just follow some of these lines in the dark. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then fill in with the light. You could also use grey for the shells. Perfect. And again, I'm going to use, I'm having that shell that way. So again, I'm just adding white bits where I know the light would be shining down on the top. Lovely. Let's get all our little shells done while we're here. Again, it's quite faint, but when you see the card in front of you, if I was to post this to you and put it in your hand, you could see what all this detail is doing. Beautiful. Some little shells. You can't see it much on the pink, but I still know it's there. And my silver dollars. I just went into the centres to make sure, and I keep saying silver, sand dollars, Gaynor. Sand. I just add a bit of white on there as well. Love it. So let's zoom back out, otherwise you won't get to see me do the rest of the card. Loving it. And I'm going to attach my pieces before I attached the dimensionals, and attach it to my card. Definitely going to go back to the range and get some more of those white gel pen, the broad ones. Oh, fabulous. And I took all my leftover cardstock, the DSP from the Ingredients album, and I backed it onto craft card so I can write in my gel pen my recipes. And Gaynor's only gone and stamped the front of the card. I'll have to do it on there now. Silly sausage. I've got no gravel now. It's on the inside card, but it's on the lid. Don't worry, they'll think it's added bonuses, so I will add some more dots on the inside. I just wanted to place this on because I make sure I've got my gaps. I can't do this when I've got those stuck on with dimensionals behind. So again, we got this gravel out again. There it is, see up there? So I'm just going to add a couple of rows now. That'll do. Click, 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 click. You've got to make sure, otherwise they'll just dry out on you, and then when you come to use them, you'll be like, oh my god, they're supposed to last years, which they do if you keep them airtight. So now let's get some dimensionals. On the backs. Just beautiful. You don't want dimensionals on one of them. Because that's going on the inside. Let's see if I've got enough here for these. And I want a bit on his tail. Down his body anyway. There we go. I've got some little tiny strips here as well. Just finish off this packet. Perfect. Am I looking? May as well stick them last two down. It looks like three, but there's only two on there. One of them's backing is already gone. In with our little pot, and we can start to peel. Beautiful card though. Remove our backings and then we can start placing. I love it actually, I think it's brilliant. Last one. Right, da-da-da-da. Let's start adding these now. So I've got my plain silver dollar, sand dollar here, and my gorgeous seahorse is here. I'm going to pop that right next to here. My little pink one is here. Little blue one is going there. I ended up with another one of these pink ones, so let's add another one. And my silver dollar then was tucked just on the top there. And I'm going to glue this on the inside. Beautiful. All to do now is get some gems, write my always. I just sit my, oh, I get comfy, and then just want to write that again. Isn't that cute? I've got a little swirl on the end of that, slightly bigger but doesn't make any odds. The only thing is I've got to wait now for a few seconds for that to dry. Doesn't take long. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Look at that up close. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And just adding those little details of white. You know, to represent the light coming down. It just makes all the difference. Perfect. Absolutely gorgeous. Where's my other card? That's nearly dry now. So we need to get some gems on there. Pokey tool. So I'm having a yellow one right here. I'm having a blue one up here. And I'm having a pink one over here, because it's going to represent this little shell there, the little pink one. Love that. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. What do you reckon? Do you like my card? I love it. And popping that little dot for his eye just fetched him alive because he didn't have one. So there you go, there's my card. I do hope you like it. There's the one with the shell on the inside, and that one as well. Would you give it a go? I think they're adorable. Well, thank you so much for watching. Let me see if I can put that light down a bit. But yeah, I'd love a thumbs up and a share. That'd be amazing. Fingers crossed we get the scan and cut in on the other video as well. But thank you. Please don't forget to press subscribe and the little bell. That way you won't miss any future videos. Bye for now.